Used as a test subject by the High Evolutionary to build an animal-populated counter-Earth as a young raccoon. 3 additional High Evolutionary test subjects, Lila, Teefs, and Floor, become friends with him. Rocket outperforms the other animals in intelligence and aptitude and recognizes the anthropomorphization process's fault, which infuriates the High Evolutionary. Later on, after the High Evolutionary perfects the anthropomorphization formula, they discover that they won't be a part of the new Earth. The High Evolutionary kills Lila, Teefs, and Floor when he thinks there is an effort to escape, which enrages Rocket, who mauls him and flees. After some time has passed, the Guardians of the Galaxy have made Nowhere their base of operations. The next evening after they have settled in, Adam Warlock attacks them. Adam Warlock is a superhuman entity that his mother, the Empress of the Sovereign, Aisha, created as retaliation for earlier stealing from her people. They are instructed to deliver Rocket to the High Evolutionary, who has grown fixated on getting back his subject so he may isolate and duplicate Rocket's intelligence. Because Rocket has a kill switch embedded in him, the Guardians are unable to treat his wounds when he sustains critical injuries during the battle. In an effort to locate an override code, the team decides to visit the Orgoscope, the corporate headquarters of the High Evolutionary's business OrgoCorp. The Guardians sneak into Orgosphere and take Rocket's file with the help of the Ravagers and a hesitant 2014 Gamora. However, the Guardians of the Orgosphere attack them, and they only just manage to flee after Peter Quill remotely activates their jetpack suits. They decide to find Thiel after deducing that he might have the override code stored in his memory, since he is one of the High Evolutionary scientists. Aisha and Adam arrive after the crew, who defies Gamora's counsel and travels to counter-Earth. While Drax and Mantis stay with Gamora and Rocket, Quill, Nebula, and Groot track Thiel to the High Evolutionary's ship with assistance from a family of bat-like humanoids. Nebula is left behind as Quill and Groot join the High Evolutionary's ship. Mantis reluctantly follows Drax to the High Evolutionary's ship, which launches as soon as Quill and Groot are caught on board and decimates Counter-Earth in the process. The remaining Avengers set out to put their squad back together with Stark now on board. Now that Bruce Banner has accepted the Hulk as a part of himself, they have fused into a single consciousness. Romanoff sets out to identify the assassin after receiving information from Rhodes that he uses tactics similar to those of Barton. After losing his family, Barton became so overcome with grief that he began to ruthlessly massacre criminal cartels and gangs all across the world under the alias Ronin in an effort to better the world that was still left. He is discovered by Natasha in Japan, and after some persuasion, he decides to rejoin the team in an effort to try to bring his family back. Banner and Rocket travel to the hamlet of New Asgard, which is home to Valkyrie and the final Asgardian survivors. Thor is discovered by them there, overcome with guilt for failing to slay Thanos in Wakanda. Thor plays Fortnite with his friends Korg and Meek, eats fast food, drinks alcohol, and has grown his hair and beard out. He has also gained weight recently. Thor reluctantly accepts Rocket and Banner's arguments to rejoin the Avengers. The Avengers are reunited with a plan when Barton tests the quantum time machine and confirms that it is functional. Banner, Rogers, Lang, and Stark set out to retrieve the time, mind, and space stones during the Battle of New York in 2012. When Banner visits the Sanctum Sanctorum, the Ancient One informs him that removing the Time Stone from her timeline will thwart Stephen Strange's future attempts to stop Caecilius from violating the natural laws. But when Banner informs her that Strange willingly surrendered the Time Stone to Thanos, she permits Banner to keep it, suggesting that Strange had meant for a particular series of events to take place in order for Thanos to be vanquished. In addition, Banner guarantees that the stones will, while Stark steals the briefcase containing the Tesseract when no one is watching, Lang causes Stark's former self a mild cardiac collapse by tampering with the circuit in his prosthetic heart. Stark spills the briefcase after getting hit by the Hulk unintentionally, foiling their scheme. Loki then takes the Space Stone and uses it to get away from the authorities. In spite of his success in taking the Mind Stone from covert Hydra agents, Rogers runs into his former self, who believes he is a disguised Loki. A fully grown Groot, Adam, Cosmo, Phyla-Vell, Kraglin, and Blurp make up the new Guardians of the Galaxy, who are led by Captain Rocket in the middle of the credits scene as they prepare for a new mission. After the credits, Quill reunites with his grandfather.